Hello, my name is Nako Kwabla and this is Midday Live on TV3. Coming up on the program, fire got Navrongo Central Market on Sunday afternoon. We're getting more details on the ground as to how it happened and the extent of damage. Also in the headlines, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources asks Ghanaians to collaborate with government to clamp down on the current menace in the mining sector. On the foreign front, Great Lakes regional leaders signed UN brokered accord which aims to bring peace to the troubled Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. These are headlines. You can also get more updates on our website tv3network.com and also get in touch with us during the course of the program. facebook.com/news on TV3. Midday Live starts now. Fire has scattered Navrongo Central Market Sunday afternoon, a market day destroying several property with thousands of cedis. There are conflicting reports as to the cause of the fire. The market, which is located at the middle of the central business district of Navrongo, attracts traders from as far as Tamale, Boko, Bolgatanga and nearby towns like Sandema and Paga. A team of fire personnel and other security service personnel were called in to put out the fire. So there you have there in your pictures the fire service and other security personnel putting out the fire. We've been joined by the Municipal Chief Executive of the Kassina-Nankana East Municipal Assembly, Emmanuel Andema, to give us more details on this fire outbreak. Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for joining us on Midday Live.
Good morning, and how are you too?
Yeah, it's good afternoon here. Now,
good afternoon.
No problem. If you can kindly tell us what is the cause of the fire? The reports we had earlier were quite conflicting. What is the cause of the fire?
Yeah, actually we are still investigating the cause of the fire. But according to one woman who got hurt and is currently at the hospital, she got into a shop to buy some items. And it looks like the shop owner had lit an incense, and the thing fell on a polythene bag that was containing some items she cannot tell. So it exploded and burnt her shirt, her arms and her face. But she's currently at the hospital and she's responding to treatment.
Is she the only one who got hurt?
For now, that is what we know, that she's the only one who got hurt. The shop owner too collapsed, I'm sure, due to the fire. She was shocked, she got a shock, and she also collapsed, but she's okay now.
Now let's look at the extent of damage. How many shops or stores got razed down by the fire?
We are still trying to get the correct figures, but about 20 containers and about 15 other shops that are being built by Swiss Mod and then sheds, temporary sheds that we are thinking are affected.
And these shops, what were the people selling? Are they foodstuffs or other household items?
Oh, they sell household items, various items. Some even sell perfumes. Some sell mosquito sprays and a lot of items, sandals, various items that they sell.
Now we are told that the market attracts traders from as far as Tamale, Boko, Bolgatanga and nearby towns. How soon would your investigation, the reports come out so that they can get back to business?
As I speak now, we are in a municipal security committee meeting. We've just set a committee. We've given them 1 week to come out with their findings and make recommendations.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel Andema, the Municipal Chief Executive of Kassina-Nankana East, talking to us on the fire that gutted the Navrongo Central Market on Sunday afternoon. To other news now, and giving birth at Obawale, a village in the Yilo Krobo district of the Eastern Regions, means three things. Your baby might die, suffer complications, or you might even lose your life. Daniel Latte reports poor and inadequate medical facilities continue to militate against access access to quality healthcare delivery in the community.
Pregnancy, according to medical experts, is not a disease or death sentence, yet women at Obawale continue to suffer severe complications during childbirth. The Oli Health Center has 2 rooms. One serves as a consulting, outpatient department and lying-in ward, while the other caters for deliveries. At the time of our visit, we were told the only midwife is on leave.
We have one consulting room, at the same time maternity room over here. So when there's delivery, we can't detain because our midwife is on leave. So when there's deliveries, we refer them to Kuyagogo Health Center.
Women in labor either patronize a traditional birth attendant or travel far away to Agogo District Hospital in case of emergency. The center depends on harvested rainwater to raise equipment. The only wheelchair has been dysfunctional for several years. This toilet is reserved for patients who visit the center. This is a private delivery center which charges 35 Ghana cedis for delivery. Pregnant women have to bargain their chances of survival.
I was going for antenatal at this private clinic until I was referred to Agogo Health Center.
4,000 women in Ghana die every year, and over 100,000 are disabled due to pregnancy-related complications. The about 1,500 populated community looks on with hope to having at least quality healthcare delivery system to reduce the staggering incidence of maternal mortality in the community.
Let's still stay on maternal health, and the School of Public Health of the University of Ghana, Legon, and the Alliance for Reproductive Health Rights will be launching Mamaye Ghana campaign. The Mamaye Ghana campaign aims to improve maternal and newborn survival across five sub-Saharan African countries, that is Ethiopia, Tanzania, Sierra Leone, Malawi, and Ghana. I have with me Professor Richard Adanu, Country Director of Evidence for Action E4R program, and also the Dean School of Public Health at the University of Ghana, Legon, to tell us more about this program. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on Midday Live. I just heard you whisper 6 countries.
6 countries,
right?
yeah.
Which is the other country? I have Ethiopia, Tanzania, Sierra Leone, Malawi, and Ghana. Nigeria is also part.
Yeah.
Now, let me just take something from a write-up we got from you. You said, what kills over 7 women a day in Ghana? It's not cancer, it's not AIDS, but pregnancy and childbirth. And we are looking at almost 23,000 babies dying yearly. That's 1 baby every 23 minutes. That's quite startling. What is Mamaye Ghana Company going to do differently from what we have now that has the aim to actually reduce both maternal and child morbidity rates?
Well, what we're going to do differently, compared to other things, is, let me say, it's nothing new, because there have been studies that have shown the different causes of maternal and newborn health. What we are doing is joining hands with people who are already working, like the Ministry of Health and Ghana Health Service, and catalyzing things that are happening, providing the technical assistance to get things to happen. And then with the Mamaye campaign, what Evidence for Action, this DFID-funded project, has done is that we've created a platform where NGOs who are involved in maternal and newborn health can come together and put clear messages out about what different people can do to improve maternal and newborn health.
You're saying you're going to work with NGOs and with the ministry and Ghana Health Service as well, work with the facilities that are already in place. Now let's look at the story we just showed.
Okay.
At the hospital. It's a private clinic though, but they don't have the facilities. How are you going to assist such a hospital if you should use that clinic as an example of what you're going to do?
Okay, when we take the Mamaye campaign, which is a campaign where all the NGOs involved in maternal newborn health are coming together to put messages out, something like that clinic that you've highlighted would be highlighted by this group so that everybody gets to know about such places. And then let's say the searchlight is put on these places so that people would begin to act. Now, regarding the Evidence for Action project, what we will do for such places is that we're going to get the community to be able to assess their facility, come up with some form of scorecards. This is how our facility is doing. And this community would engage with the health providers in the facility. Then they can articulate their problems clearly, present that to the district assembly, to the district health service, so that what the community needs in that facility will be provided.
And definitely issues of doctors not responding to postings to the rural areas especially. I'm sure the communities will come up with those issues. How would you deal with it?
Well, the truth is that if it comes out that doctors are refusing to get postings to a particular facility, and that is the problem, then what we can do is that we can highlight that. We have a platform where we can engage with the doctors also and find out why this is happening. And when all this is put together, then the appropriate, let me say, pressure will be applied at the appropriate quarters to get to change this. Yeah.
We are told you're working in the program. You selected Greater Accra, Volta, and Ashanti and Upper West region to be working with. Why these regions? Any particular reason for choosing these regions?
Right. Greater Accra is the capital region. So, I mean, when you're running a project like this, it's good to situate it in Greater Accra. Now, the Upper West region is one of the regions in the northern part of the country where the health indicators are not very encouraging when it comes to maternal and newborn health. And the same applies to Volta region. Ashanti region is not bad, but then there are some districts which would need some attention. But being in the central part of the country, that is the second biggest region, and so we cite our project also there. Yeah.
What is the time span for this program?
This program is a 5-year program. It's essentially runs till 2016. It's funded by DFID and in 6 different countries. Our main targets are to improve training and supervision of people involved in maternal and newborn health. We are partnering with the Obstetrics and Gynecology Society of Ghana and the Ghana Registered Midwives Association to try to and the Ghana Health Service to effect that. Then also, like I said, getting client and provider partnership to improve the delivery of the health system and improving the use of local data. What's happening on the ground, we use that to bring about decisions to improve maternal and newborn health.
Any rough estimate as to the number of lives you expect to save at the end of this 5-year project? If we have like 23,000 babies dying yearly, how do you hope to, what is the figure you want to reduce it to?
Well, let's say that if we work, and it's not just us saving these lives. Like I told you, we are working with the other organizations. We are catalyzing what's been going on. If we are able to get the momentum that we want, we probably should be able to save about, let's say, close to half of these lives.
Half of these lives?
Yeah. That's
good news. We wish you all the best in your endeavor for the next 5 years. We've been speaking to Professor Adanu, Dean of the School of Public Health, right, at the University of Ghana, Legon, on the project Mamaye, all with the aim to reduce maternal and child morbidity rate. This is Midday Live. We're still staying on health, and the 16-year-old pupil of King's Voice Academy at Afefe in the Volta region, Wilfred Duval, needs financial support to undergo surgery. Wilfred Duval was diagnosed with cataract 6 years ago.
16-year-old GHS3 pupil from King's Voice Academy at Afefe, Wilfred Duval, came third in the exams conducted by the John Gachi Foundation. Wilfred has been battling cataract for the last 6 years.
6 years now. I don't know what's happened. Whenever I'm learning and I remember, I feel sad.
Wilfred says the situation keeps worsening each day, making it difficult for him to read.
I used only one eye to learn. When I come from school, I learn before I sleep. What I want people to do for me now is to help me so that I can see with this eye.
In a telephone call with his father, he told us he does not have money to fund an operation on the eye. Wilfred is therefore calling on philanthropists to come to his aid to enable him regain his sight.
It's still Midday Live, and your comments are always welcome on any of the news items you see on Midday Live. Send them to our Facebook page, facebook.com/news on TV3. Now let's move on to other stories. The number of mobile phone users in Ghana has now hit over 25 million, according to the National Communication Authority. With the current craze for social media, the rise is not far-fetched. Abigail Adumanko Entry has been finding out how the love for social media is affecting telecom operators.
Call it the social media era. Facebook, WhatsApp, BB, Twitter, Viber or YouTube and a host of others are in vogue. In Ghana, millions access these networks mostly via their mobile phones. Worldwide, Facebook, for instance, has over 1 billion active users, with over 50% of users accessing it on a mobile device. And with a trend that has assumed a viral growth, Ghana has not been left out. The National Communication Authority says about 16 to 17 million Ghanaians have phones with over 20 million active subscriptions. With Ghana's internet penetration now 24% and citizens getting more and more addicted to social media platforms, there is potential for growth.
Save much credits, yeah. You know, instead of wasting a whole lot of money on credits as in calling, you can just WhatsApp. I mean, this WhatsApp, BBM and stuff is very simple. Yeah.
So are you addicted? Can you say you're addicted to?
Oh yes, I'm addicted.
Previously, I would have watched for a week about 30 CDs credits, but now maybe 20 or maybe 15. Yeah, there's been a change. So what's happening is very good.
Now with this new technology era that we are in, you need a smartphone to make your life more easier when you're sending information, so you can browse on the go, write applications online and all that.
Social media is already driving mobile phone dealers to produce more smartphones, and telecom operators are left with no option than to redefine their products to suit the trend.
Social media has actually had a really positive impact because it's also affecting our product development cycle, where we're able to respond quickly to emerging trends. So WhatsApp, BB, we're able to develop packages. Again, this is what enables us to even come up with unlimited data, because we realize a hunger for data.
Packages from service providers have also been tailored to make Android tablets and smartphones acquired more user-friendly. So with people now communicating more through data, could telecom operators be losing out gains on SMS and voice usage?
You can spend all day on Facebook, but as long as you stay there, you're helping us to make revenue. So really, we find that as a good opportunity to expand on our data. The person using WhatsApp is also helping us also generate revenue. The more pictures you send, the more voice notes you send, the more videos you send, the more money we make from that.
So whether you chat on WhatsApp or make a voice call on Viber, there is no free lunch with social media platforms. Service providers still make their profits.
So you can stay more on Facebook, and our Facebook page has hit 91,830 likes. Keep liking our page for us to get to 100,000. Let me just take one comment before we still move on to other stories. This one from Osei Kwabna. He says his sympathy to the market women whose words got burnt in Sunday's fire outbreak. They should be educated on fire safety measures. Now, according to the GSMA, mobile operators will make more money from data than from voice by 2018. The organization, which represents the mobile industry, said that the surge in connected devices and the growth of machine-to-machine communications were creating huge demand. In a report, it lays out some of the ways that mobile is transforming lives, particularly in the developing world. Mobile health services could help save 1 million lives in Africa, it said. The 5-year forecasts were released to coincide with Mobile World Congress, the association's annual tech event in Barcelona. Now, for most rural folks in the eastern region of the country, life has not been the same after the fuel price increments. Daniel Latte has been finding out more on this problem.
Transporting goods from Obawale to neighboring communities cost 5 Ghana cedis. The fare is not the same now. For Awunye, the percentage increase in fuel prices is not important. The worry is paying 2 times more what he used to pay.
They are still selling at the same price. If we should increase the price of our foodstuff, they will not buy it.
Like Awunye, traders have quickly increased prices of goods following the upward adjustment in fuel prices.
The petrol price increment has affected us. What the drivers are charging us at the moment, we cannot pay.
Jonathan Apia, a pig farmer, told us how much he now has to buy palm kernel as feed for his pigs.
First, 15 cedis.
I used to buy it at 15 Ghana cedis. Now it's 20. I have no choice than to buy.
And the controversy surrounding trading activities at the Odupongpehe market at Kaswa continues. A group of people are alleged to have begun renting out the market car park for trading activities. Peter Kwawadato reports the behavior of the few individuals is a setback to the fight against unauthorized trading activities in the Kaswa township.
The Odupongpehe market, otherwise referred to as the Kaswa New Market, was completed about 10 years ago to help decongest Kaswa. A section of traders moved into the new market on February 18, 2004, but others remained at the old market. Not even the expansion of facilities at the market could attract traders who sit by the main Kaswa-Winneba Road. The situation got out of hand last month when the new market car park was taken over by hawkers. It took a strong opposition from the traders to get the hawkers out, but after clearing them, another group have emerged at the car park.
The entire market is on a high alert. We have struggled for many years to get this far. Those who want to benefit from it must do so peacefully. We will not allow them to disturb this peace.
The traders allege some unscrupulous persons are behind the new group.
Trading activities on the park is as a result of some unscrupulous persons who go about taking money from the hawkers. We are losing our capital. Where were these people when we were struggling to build the market? They should leave us alone.
They want the Awutu Senya East Municipal Assembly to halt the activity and ensure speedy relocation of traders from the main road.
We want an urgent attention from the assembly. Revenue from the market is being misused. Our aim is to make this market attractive. Government must intervene now. The president of the China Chamber of Commerce has advised countries to consider cultural elements key to national development. Speaking at the Chinese Spring Festival celebrations in Accra, he said cultural rudiments underline development. Known as the Lunar, the Chinese Spring Festival is the most significant of all the traditional Chinese festivals celebrated annually and brought together all Chinese associations in Ghana. The festival will deepen Ghana-China bilateral relations and provide a platform for the exchange of cultural elements and values for development. This development, the Chinese say, is premised on a rich cultural element and advised countries yet to chart their paths of development to emulate China.
We are developing all the Chinese culture. The Chinese culture, how is the people is trying the hard work, how is say something, say it, do it. That is Chinese culture. You can see a lot of Chinese people when you see the dance and the action and the performance, they be they needed a long time exercise before you reach how you can perform at the stage. So this is the people from the culture, the people from the hard work before you cannot reach the successful. This is.
Students of Labone Senior High have been tasked to develop skills that will create wealth for themselves and the nation. At the 45th Speech and Prize Giving Day, Dr. Michael Ejikumadu called on the students to be innovative, creative, and entrepreneurial.
It focused on the solutions to the challenges of youth unemployment. Guest speaker Dr. Michael Ejikum of Kama Group of Industries advised the students to consistently seek new avenues of developing themselves. He cited the lack of entrepreneurial spirit among graduates as a key challenge confronting the youth.
It is so crucial to make the right decision at the right time, to be at the right school, Labone Senior High School for now.
Joyce Osei Jikum is the headmistress of the school.
Some parents tend to interfere in actions taken by the school to correct wrongdoing. These actions by some parents and guardians rather tend to undermine the very confidence they repose in us at the beginning when they sought admission for their wards.
Now, 47 years after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow, we're looking at whether his ideologies are still relevant, and we hit the streets. Nanekwi Asari has this soundbite on his overthrow 47 years later on. What do you think?
Yesterday marked exactly 47 years of the overthrow of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But today on What Do You Think, we're focusing on what he stood for. And we ask, what qualities of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah do you think leaders of today can emulate in ruling this country?
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he was a very focused person. He thinks ahead of time, which I think leaders should emulate that, because most of the leaders we have now, they only think about the present. And even when they think about the future, they don't really implement something.
What he believed in is what he stood for. Some were saying independence later or in the shortest possible time, but he was determined that independence now, and even broke away from his party just because of his vision. So I believe leaders of today should be persistent.
Kwame Nkrumah is he's simple, he's courageous, and he's a little bit autocratic, which our leaders, I think our leaders should try to emulate so that it will help them speed up in terms of formulating laws and others.
He stood for what he thought was right, and he stood on his grounds for anything he wanted. Unlike the leaders we have of today, they are swayed because they want something and they feel they have to do what the people are saying they should do. They can't stand on their grounds and say yes or no.
One of the qualities our leaders are to emulate from Nkrumah is their morality. Most of our leaders being Christians, some of them are Christians, Muslims, but you find out that they deviate from what their religious doctrines teach them, to be truthful, to be honest. It does not reflect in what they do.